Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to take a look at stage 2 of this Intensifying Fights, and in this one you face a AoE unit, so you face multiple typings. You face the Z fighters in your first turn, and then depending on how many super attacks you do, you face the Super Saiyan Goku. Now, it is a interesting event. Obviously, the number of super attacks affecting the fights is a very interesting concept. Yeah, it's one that they've got some kind of new stuff going on with this, I guess, in terms of like events and things and how they want them to work. So it's pretty interesting, I would say. In terms of this one, I do think there's some, how can I say, like interesting dynamics that I just don't quite understand. Like it's some pretty interesting kind of events that are going on right now, and I think with the first one it was obviously int orbs. It was quite clear. This one they say, oh, it's the number of super attacks, which, to be honest with you, isn't a great indicator because there's no real, it's not clear what they mean by that. So what I mean is, like, they say the number of super attacks, but does that mean like you need to do a lot of super attacks? Does it mean you have to do a little number of super attacks? Does it mean that you have to only do super attacks? It's a little bit confusing. I did a couple tests, like I went and did a couple tests with different teams. I tried getting like a lot of super attacks. I tried getting like a limited number of super attacks as minimum as I could, and I tried to also miss a couple super attacks. I could not get Super Saiyan Goku to not spawn, unless I went only normal attacks, which just I couldn't do. Yeah, it just felt very weird. Like there wasn't a clear, distinct number of super attacks. I think the least number of super attacks I could do was around 10. So maybe 10 is the threshold. Maybe you have to do more than 10 super attacks to be able to get Goku to pop out. Not too certain. But that is essentially what happened with me. So obviously the mission, the goal is to use Target Goku. You can see me kind of fiddling around with a couple of options. You have a couple of options that you can build. So you have Terrifying Conquerors. You can obviously build an android space team. You could build a interplanetary destruction team. You could build a artificial life forms team. You could build a pure androids team. There's plenty of pretty sizable options for Target Goku. The big thing is obviously your lead. So Target Goku, in terms of leader skills and things like that, is a little bit limited. So I believe, and I will probably be corrected, but I believe we have AGL Android 13, who is the original lead for Target Goku. We have the Strength Hellfighter 17, and I think that's it. And I don't think there are any other ones. You can build a lot of derivative teams though. So you can build like a Wicked Bloodlines team, you can build a Interplanetary Destruction team, you can build an Android Cell Saga team, you can build an Artificial Life Forms team. There's quite a few team building options that you can run, at least from what I can see. Now, in terms of the actual fight itself, it does not seem ostensibly difficult. To be honest with you, it does not seem like a horrendously difficult fight, like in any way, shape or form. It was not too hard. I didn't feel very threatened. The multiple enemies pose obviously some kind of problem from like a type disadvantage perspective, but they just don't seem to hit super duper hard. I mean, this is a very capable team, so it's not a bad team, but we do have a non-easy aid Android 13 here, so that's obviously something to factor in. And I would just say, for me, like, this team that I'm running here is not overtly broken. It's a fairly simple, straightforward team. It functions fairly well. It's not top of the line units. it's definitely just kind of more viable units than anything else. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. Overall, I will say that the event was fun, and at least there is the potential to have a different enemy, although I've never seen it, and I tried really hard to see it. So yeah, I will say the event itself is at least interesting. The multiple type enemies do pose, some kind of concern, but you can see here they don't do a tremendously huge amount of damage. I mean, Super 17 is great after his EZA. He is a good tank, but it's not like he was fully built up there or anything. I think for me, if I had to really rate this event, it's probably easier than the Fighting Legend Goku GT event, at least so far. I also think the big thing it's got going for it is this kind of changing enemy gimmick. I think that's something that's really cool, and I'm hoping as we get later stages, or more stages, and they slowly become more difficult, because I think they will. I hope, the two bosses you fight really are quite different, because I think that would be something really cool, and it keeps it nice and different, and just a really fun kind of versatile gameplay. Just keeps it from being too straightforward and too boring. And yeah, I think overall it's a good change. At least from my side, it's something that could be a lot of fun. But yeah, I would say overall this event was pretty straightforward. Like I said, I don't think there's anything ostensibly crazy to do. This Goku does hit decently hard, but he doesn't look like he has a countdown or anything, which I was kind of expecting him to have some kind of countdown mechanism to his spirit bomb or something, but that is not the case. He does not have one, which is also fine. You don't necessarily need one. You can see Piccolo here, tank. He's one super attack, and he's going to tank this for double digits, which just seems very low. I think Piccolo's defense there was around like 500k maybe, if not even, and he tanked that, so Goku doesn't hit necessarily super hard. You can see Android 13, Goku's normals are at about 230k, give or take, 220, 230. So yeah, I would say it was, honestly, just a fun event. It's not a terrible event, it was just more a fun event. I think that's fine. I think it's okay to have just fun events. I don't think every single event in the game has to be super duper difficult or introducing some new kind of meta. And I do think the way these events change is something that's enjoyable. I do enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I do think it's a really good, fun little kind of gimmick to run. I think it is something that's ostensibly enjoyable without being horrendously difficult or anything like that. So yeah, I do think it's a good event. It was a lot of fun. The team build worked out very well. Everything ran super duper smoothly. And yeah, I had a good time running this team. I think you can also probably run a very good similar team. Alternatively, you can go for just like a Terrifying Conquerors build or something with a double Piccolo. I think that's also more than fine. It's just going to depend what you vibe with. As long as you're getting enough ki and super attacking from what I've seen, you shouldn't really have a major issue, at least overall. Cooler, we can see there taking a little bit of chip damage. But yeah, just feels like a very easy, general low stakes kind of run, without getting too deep into things. But yeah, overall, I think players shouldn't really have a problem. If you do, you can ask me in the comments for team builds always. I'm always more than happy to help. It's something that I do enjoy and I think is really, really cool. Being able to help people and build teams and just all that stuff I think is very, very cool, and obviously something that's a lot of fun to do. For me, this stage, not too difficult. I think most players will be fine. I think maybe you'll struggle if you don't have maybe strength, like if you're missing strength cooler and Android 13 and strength health fighters 17s and into Piccolo, then obviously you probably will struggle, but I'd say outside of that you should be fine. So yeah, that's basically gonna be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, as always, take care, stay safe, and thank you very much for watching. And like I said, if you need help, let me know. Otherwise, that's pretty much going to be it from me. We'll wait to see what new stages of this event and gimmicks they introduce at a later stage. But as always, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care, stay safe, and bye.